We rejoin the crew of the Saratoga on board the Saratoga after a philosophically, emotionally, mentally, and somewhat physically exhausting side adventure. You are back on your ship, back in the, the relatively safe confines of not having to question whether or not you have created some kind of horrible monstrosity and unleashed it onto the galaxy. Or, yeah. I mean, things with the Cremata ended pretty well. They're going to be transported to Gremmel. There'll be an Alliance blockade put up to make sure nobody leaves the planet. So, just to keep an eye on things and how they develop. You did leave her a lot of viewing and reading material on morality and ethics.
We leave the fate of the galaxy in the hands of Mr. Rogers now.
And Bob Ross.
Actually, that's probably the best thing that we could have done. Like, realistically, let's think about it. Yes.
Like, Mr. Rogers, Bob Ross, and Steve from Blue's Clues.
No, we left it with the holy trinity of Bob Ross, Mr. Rogers, and Steve Irwin.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep.
Kindness to others, kindness to self, kindness to animals.
Yeah, the Empress arrives on Gremmel after binging Bob Ross and is like, "Humans, do you have the paint? What is a neighborhood?" Anyway,
we leave this in our rearview mirror and hope that things are okay while we're gone.
Yeah, because you're headed to Palaven, Turian capital, homeworld, where you will be meeting with someone pretty important who wants to speak with you about galactic readiness in the face of this new threat, which he refuses to underestimate.
Mm-hmm.
He sees history repeating itself. Primarch Novium Victus is clearly a man of action. He is a warrior poet, a scholar, and he sees history repeating itself and refuses to get caught in that cycle. So he wants to meet with you and speak about what can be done to make sure that this time the galaxy isn't caught with their pants down.
Like, somebody takes it serious.
It's one of those things, like, do we tell him about the Cremata? Probably not.
No.
That has
No
nothing to
reason
do with
to.
it.
Yeah.
He's worried about Space Satan.
And we don't talk about the Cremata once our comms are back online too.
No, I know.
First rule about Cremata Club is we don't talk
This
about
guy's
Cremata
been
Club.
around. This guy's been around for a while, since the Reaper invasions and stuff like that.
The Primarch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Aaron's gonna tell everybody to your stations. David, get us on a course for Palaven.
Sure.
Ray, you can keep comms re-enabled after once we make the mass relay jump.
understood.
Quincy, beat feet.
All right.
I know where you want to go, so go ahead and go.
Dr. Faye, you all right? Are you still planning to stick with us for the time being?
I was actually hoping you'd have time to speak with me about that.
Certainly. Crewman?
Quincy is just kind of casually hanging out by Eon's bedroom door. Oh, hey, Captain. What's going on?
Ian hasn't returned up there yet.
I'm gonna whisper to Eon. Hey, think your puppy's wanting to come inside.
Oh my god. So glad I can't hear that.
Aren't puppies earth creatures? I don't
Bingo.
have one of those.
Very dangerous.
Who called it dangerous?
Vicious earth creatures, yeah.
Alright. Ian will go up there shortly.
Alright, so yeah, so Dr. Faye takes a seat in here with Aryn.
So what's on your mind, Doctor? I know that you wanted to avoid contact with Leviathans, at least, and sticking with us will lead down that path eventually. But what's on your mind?
A lot's happened since you first barged onto my station during an emergency. I cussed you out and told you to get the fuck off of my space station.
Good times.
Through all the ups and downs, you helped me see the end of my life's work. You helped me see it through to completion. You didn't have to do that. Every step of the way, you had every opportunity to pull out of this. I became a xenobiologist to save the Rachni. I'm not sure whether what I've done qualifies as a success or failure. Whatever it is, it's finished, though. So, considering the importance of the mission you're on, and what I've learned about your integrity as a person and as a Spectre, if you'll have me, I would like to lend my expertise.
Your expertise would be most welcome in the days to come. You'll definitely have the opportunity to study new forms of life that we haven't really studied much of before. And I'd say you did save the Rachni as a species, and what they are now is just the next stage of evolution, similar to if you had saved early Earth primates, which then evolved into humans.
I appreciate that. It's a nice sentiment.
And the threat that faces the galaxy now is also a new form of life, and your insights may yet prove valuable in defeating it. But for as long as you want to stay aboard, you are welcome to.
All right. Well, during your missions, let me know if I can be of any assistance. I'll remain available over comms.
Certainly, will do. Pleasure to have you aboard.
She nods.
Is there anything that I can do for you to help make your stay here more, I want to say comfortable, but allow you to still have something to do? Do you want a research space or something?
With your permission, I think that your medic, Evelyn Crow, has a lot of unused space. It doesn't seem as though her medical bay really sees a lot of traffic. I might co-opt some of that for my own research.
Well, the medical bay seeing little traffic is more of a decision on the part of the crew.
I see.
I think she intimidates a lot of them.
Well, I can also lend my aid for medical purposes in a limited capacity. I'll be of more use, ironically, to the Asari, Krogan, and Quarian of your crew than the humans. Despite being human myself, my degree is in xenobiology.
And most of Evelyn's experience, as I understand, has been working on with a purely human crew.
Perhaps I can shore up that weakness then.
I think that'll be a good fit for you.
Perfect. I'll speak with her promptly. And Dr. Faye heads over to talk with Evelyn Crow.
Okay. As Aryn steps out of the conference room, she pretends to not see Eon and Quincy there, and like as she's like walking away, just sort of says, as if to no one in particular, "You kids have fun."
Yeah, Eon's actually like frantically looking around for a puppy. Apparently. She was told there's a puppy here, and so she's just trying to enlist Quincy's aid and looking for a puppy without explaining to her what it's for.
Boy,
There's a
we've
puppy
got
here.
we got 2 precious beans. I don't know how we're gonna make it through this. Oh boy.
Yeah, well, it's what she gets for fucking adjusting my goddamn seat again.
Be nice to her, all right? She's gonna. I don't know which one I'm gonna feel
Average.
bad for if this screws up.
Quincy's the one who keeps fucking with me. It's all fair in love and war.
Oh
yeah,
man,
right?
I can't even.
So, the xenobiologist Faye Bryson has permanently joined the Saratoga's crew, and as a result, you gain a mechanical benefit.
Ooh.
Her xenobiological insight is now available to everyone. As an action, any player can scan an alien creature with their Omni tool, and Faye Bryson will make a check, like over comms. And if she succeeds, depending on how well she rolls, you may receive information on weaknesses, resistances, immunities, and unique abilities of whatever you're fighting.
Very nice.
That's cool.
That's actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you basically send her the scan, and then she, like, if she recognizes it, she'll immediately be like, oh yeah, here's a bunch of stuff about, like, a bunch of info about this thing that you're fighting.
That means when the party's all healed up, Ray will actually have something to do.
Yeah, true. That could be, Ray's first round can be like, hey, do you know what this thing is?
Speaking of, Ray would like to talk to her at some point after she finds out that she's going to be on the ship more permanently.
Certainly.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's basically gonna co-opt half of this med bay to be more of a research station, and I don't know when you would find out. Aryn, are you gonna like make an announcement or something that
She'll
Dr.
let Shepard
Bryce
know.
Okay, so you'll just tell Shepard.
Yeah,
I don't know when Ray would find out.
I know Adam's not keeping a record, so.
Okay, well, I'll make it more reasonable so we can get this short conversation done. Ray, thinking that Bryson's going to leave, will go and ask her a question.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, Ray will walk in to the med bay after she asks someone and finds out she's there. Dr. Bryson?
Yes. I suppose it would be odd for me to call you Miss Rannoch. Rela? Salinar Rannoch, is that right?
Yes. Ray is fine.
Ray. All right. What can I do for you?
Well, I have a few projects that I've been mulling around in the back of my mind, but one of the main problems I have is I don't have access to high-functioning equipment. I was curious if there's any way you think you might be able to requisition some more high-class xenobiology and other chemistry-based equipment from the Alliance now that you're going to be space stationed on our ship. If nothing else, just put a few words out there. I'm sure you have in with somebody.
I already had plans to do that, actually. The next time your ship docks at the Citadel, I'll be outfitting at least half of this med bay with my equipment.
Oh, excellent. All right. Oh, I'm glad. I'll go ahead and forward you my notes on some of the ideas I've been thinking of for various situations we've come across.
All right. I look forward to reading them. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. That's all Ray wanted to ask.
All right.
Lucille would probably put out like a very basic comm to the crew, just updating, basically it's a updated manifest notice. My brain just told me that's not the right word.
Put it on like the crew notification board.
Yep. Basically, all right, everybody, we got one more person for the birthday board. Make sure you don't forget to sign the card on this date for Dr. Bryce.
Publish it in the Daily Saratoga newspaper.
Fair enough. And yet, you'll notice in crew that Faye Bryson now has a little star next to her name. Jeff Moreau and Roll Adney do not. If you do end up like successfully completing their quest and they join the crew, they will also provide unique benefits to the party.
And they'll get a gold sticker.
And there will be more NPCs of this like as the campaign goes on.
Cool.
You've actually missed some of them, but that's how choice-based campaigns work.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, moving forward, you guys are making your way to Palaven, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Quincy, at this point, this is becoming a regular thing. So Quincy, pretty much every time Ian's on the ship, she wants to hang out. She's growing very attached. So at this point, it's kind of like almost just a given that will happen whenever you get on the ship until you decide to do something about it.
Aaron's going to make sure that Eon still keeps to a regular schedule of like melding training.
Of course.
Eon would make sure that she did all her duties first.
Good. Do your homework, then play.
Yeah, but if you're gonna dump Quincy, you should do it soon because she's starting to get real attached.
Oh, she thinks we're dating.
Oh no!
Oh no!
You haven't put that together yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how long has it been?
This is why you don't feed stray dogs.
Well, this is at least like the third date.
God.
Guess we'll cross that bridge in a bit.
When Eon realizes, does Eon like not even realize?
Yeah, no, she doesn't realize. I mean, to Asari, I mean, being like, that's not having
Incredible.
like a one-time partner is not normal.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
So to her, this is a normal thing. She doesn't even realize it.
Oh, that's gonna be drama. We'll get there when we get there.
Yes.
All right. Well, does anyone want to do anything on the way to Palaven? You are in council space, so it's not going to be that long. You pretty much have to FTL to a mass relay, and then boop, 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 boop.
Aaron's going to let Jeff Moreau know that the seat on the bridge is open again if he wants to watch the stars go by.
Yes. Thank you. It brings me a bit of comfort, but I would hate to ever be in the way.
If you ever are, we'll let you know.
I appreciate your honesty.
Ray is going to make Tasty less lewd.
Probably not a bad idea.
Not with where we're going, it's not.
Aaron's gonna let Shepard know to let her know when we're getting close to Palaven. And she's actually gonna head downstairs to engineering. Ray, do you have a moment?
Yes. Just 1 second. She closes some sort of program on the engineering thing. How can I help you?
Don't want to interrupt anything important. But we are going to the Turian homeworld, and I could not help but noticing how you've acted around the Turians that we've met so far.
You can just see Ray's eyes like rapidly blink under her mask. I don't know what you're talking about.
I only bring it up because I just want to ask if you want us to just let you be you, or if you'd like us to help check your impulses.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk to very many of them, even if I wanted to. So I don't think you have to worry about me.
All right, just as long as you can stay on mission when it matters.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, I'll be okay.
All right.
Thanks for checking on me.
Of course.
And as she turns away, she says, "That stupid movie."
All right, and she'll just head up to her quarters until we're getting close.
Yep. Soon enough, you can see Palaven coming up. The planet, much like Thesia, was hit pretty hard, but they have rebuilt much quicker, likely because the Turian population is many times the Asari population. They've managed to spread out and fix and rebuild a lot of their structures. Also, Palaven was much more fortified than Thesia was. Less temples, more like military bases. So they were a little bit better prepared to be attacked by the Reapers. Still got absolutely messed up, but they seem to have bounced back a little faster. And as you approach, you are hailed. Oh, sorry, Shepard.
Captain, we're being hailed.
On my way. And she'll take a seat and say, "Open a channel."
Through the comms, you hear a voice, unmistakably Turian military, saying, and by the way, your stealth systems are down unless you tell me they're up, right?
Right, yeah, we're not using a stealth system anymore, and comms are back online.
Yeah,
we'll let you know when we engage stealth.
So they're hailing you, and they say, "SSV Saratoga, you are expected," and that we're sending you coordinates now. You're gonna dock at the Primarch's castle, and you have a kind of an indication of where to go specifically on the planet. It's going to take you to the capital city, which is Cyprtine, and in the middle of Cyprtine is the aforementioned castle, not made of stone bricks, but made of very tall, sharp steel bars. But the shape is a little bit reminiscent, like a huge, towering structure of like sharp spires, and it's covered in docking bays. And you have been given indication of which one to pull into with the Saratoga.
Thank you, Palaven Control. We'll follow the prescribed flight plan.
All right. So yeah, as you pull down through the clouds, you get a view of Cyprtine, which if you do not have the spelling on that, let me do that for you. I don't know why it did this.
That would be your caps lock.
Caps lock is annoying. All right, so Cyprtine, which is, by the way, canonical. You just never go there in the game. You get to see it get blown up from the moon. But
that's exciting.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, that's where Garrus was born.
Mm-hmm. You would know that.
Hey, that seems really emotional when you're romancing him. Okay.
I don't think we can ever. None of us could play trivia with Sean. He'd smoke us.
This is
All right.
back.
All right, so yeah, you pull in. There's like a metal platform jutting out of the side of the tallest tower, and the platform sticks straight out and then becomes kind of like a circular landing pad that you can just pull down onto. It's it's got like a little circle of lights, and there's probably a few Turian soldiers scattered around with their guns, like all standing at attention as you come down and land.
I'll take your lead.
All right, Aryn will move to disembark, and
right.
probably signal the away team to come with her.
As you disembark, a pair of Turian soldiers approach your party, and one of them puts a hand up and says, "Hold on right there, Spectre."
Aryn will stop and comply.
In order to meet with the Primarch, we're going to have to ask you to leave your weapons with us, as well as any, any biotic amp, and of course, there's nothing we can do to account for the 2 Asari in your team. But if you indicate in any way biotic influence over the Primarch or his security staff, we will have to respond in kind.
Understood. I can promise that we will be on our best behavior.
No disrespect is meant. We just have to, all due security.
Aryn will like turn to the crew members on her left and give a nod, and same to the ones on her right.
They pull over like a big steel crate, and they put in like a passcode, and the crate opens. And they say, if you can put all weapons and biotic amps in here, the inside is like cushioned with like styrofoam.
Aryn's gonna say, since I'd be able to use biotics without an amp anyway, may I keep mine?
Very well.
And we keep our Omni tools.
They didn't say anything about them, so I'm not gonna bring it up.
Yeah, you're good.
Ray's going to bring it up.
You can. Okay, they say you can keep your Omni tools, but again, this is very much on a honor basis. Anyone tries anything suspicious, we're gonna have a problem.
If anyone tries anything suspicious, I'll be the first one to react.
Kronk softly puts his hammer down in the crate. Careful. It's a delicate instrument.
Gingerly slides his sword next to the fucking hammer and just goes, it's just a sword.
Does everyone you all put your guns in the crate too?
Yeah, Aryn will leave her pistol in there.
Ray
Yeah,
actually didn't bring her pistol, so
Actually, I think David would probably ask, pointing to his back, I go, does the shield count too?
You can keep your defensive items.
Cool.
Arturo will reluctantly put his rifle in the box.
Once everyone's put all their weapons in the box, they shut the box, and then the keypad flashes twice, and the soldiers face it toward Aryn and away from themselves, so they can't see the keypad. One of them says, "Input a code," to Aryn.
Yep, Aryn will pick a 4-digit code.
All right, once you put it in, that is accepted as the password. The soldiers don't see what you picked, and then they pick it up and they take it to, they start to take it toward the doors into the tower. If you'll accompany us, please.
And she'll nod and follow.
Your personal effects will be kept in view of you.
Security's particularly tight.
They're gonna follow you with the crate so that your guns aren't gone. They're not gonna go put them in another room.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys enter the tower. The halls are lined with soldiers. The architecture is all very metallic and jagged and sharp, but also clean angles. Very military, very all business, no nonsense.
Yeah, and
They're so
will
stoic. Look how
Aaron-
even their commoners walk standing upright, no lip slouch to them. They're such a strong people.
Mm-hmm. And she'll remark to the guards escorting them, security's particularly tight around here. Any reason?
As a matter of fact, this is standard security. There's been no elevation at all.
I see. Abundance of caution, then.
Well, you are about to meet with our Primarch. I'm not certain precisely what the human equivalent would be, but understand that this man oversees not only this planet, but every planet under Turian control.
And we're very honored to be able to meet him.
He's the president of space. All right, anyway. Yep, so eventually you guys enter a giant oval room, which has a huge window with a view of Cypertine from like way up at the top of the tower. Beautiful view. Through the window, you can actually see a giant Turian warship lifting up out of a docking bay, like a huge warship, and it like parts the clouds as it goes up into the sky. And this man is watching that through the window, like facing away from you with his arms behind his back. There is seating around the room, a couple of curved couches with like a glass table between them. And he slowly turns as you enter the room. Spectre.
Primarch, pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is mine. Please take a seat. I presume this is your team?
This is. They've done good work so far.
All right, do you guys all sit down? What's everybody doing?
Yep, Aryn will take a seat.
If we're offered, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah, we're sitting
Kronk
down.
will sit.
I understand
All
you're
right.
looking to plan for the potential threat. What can we do to help?
Well, first of all, and he comes over and like pulls up a big armchair and sits, and steeples his fingers. I need to be apprised of exactly what's going on. I heard your latest report to the council.
There have
But
been
in your-
developments since then.
Then do share them if
Certainly.
you're willing.
And she'll start talking about like glance around for a moment and say, "I'm forgive me if it's naive of me to even ask, but is this room secure?"
Very.
Oh, good. So we've discovered that the being that we encountered is possibly related to an ancient life form called the Leviathans. Very, very large, very powerful biotic creatures that were responsible for the creation of the Reapers. That's how old they are.
The creation of the Reapers. So, do these Leviathans pose some threat to us now, if they still live?
As I understand it, they do still live, but they're mostly reclusive. The infamous Commander Shepard did have some interaction with them, but they did not make themselves publicly known. They value their privacy, apparently. So it is on our list to go speak with them and see what we can learn from them. But we didn't want to keep you waiting for too long. Because I know the earlier preparations start, the more developed they'll be by the time the threat actually rears its head.
So what is the threat, precisely?
Precisely, it seems to be one of these leviathans, but on a much larger scale of power. Its biotic reach seems to be very wide. We learned from a matriarch on Thesia that many powerful biotics are having nightmares as a result of its very presence at the edge of the galaxy. It even seems to have I guess an avatar would be the correct word, in the form of somebody heralding its arrival, similar to Saren did with the Reapers.
I see. And at the mention of Saren, he kind of looks down. There's a little bit of like shame there, very briefly before he puts it away. Then, do you believe that this thing that is perhaps a Leviathan, perhaps not, that it has hostile intentions toward us?
I'm almost certain it does. The only reason it is not moved further into the galaxy is, as we understand it, is that he wants his kind to know that he's coming, and for their fear to ripen, I think were the words he used.
Then our foe has a flair for the dramatic. Perhaps we can use that.
It's what's buying us the time that we have right now. So I am glad for it. We're also learning from Eon here that it's possible to merge more than one mind against mental attacks like it uses. So we're teaching our crew to be able to resist such attacks, which might be the key to defeating it further down the road. Not through force of arms, but through mental resistance. We're also cultivating other powerful biotic allies that might be able to lend assistance to that effort. But I'm curious to hear your ideas as well.
Well, I'm a soldier at heart. I don't have any gift at all for biotics. But I'm still a damn good shot even in my old age. That's what we have. Whatever this thing is, however powerful it is, if we can get enough ships, enough firepower, enough men in the right place at the right time, I think we have a chance. No matter what it is, no matter what it brings to the fight. And I think you're going to need that regardless of what your tactic ends up being for addressing it when the time comes.
Perhaps. I don't know if it's going to be as simple as leveraging a fleet against it.
I think it's going to be necessary. Whether it's enough or not, I think it's going to be a minimum. We can't let this thing walk through our galaxy and do what it wants.
I agree. So you're looking to gather a massive fleet, similar to how the Reaper War ended?
It's already started.
Oh, good.
It started 20 years ago. That great fleet that Shepard assembled, though it may have disbanded, and the races largely went their separate ways, many of them stayed behind on Earth, building Citadel Prime. I was a soldier in that war, a lieutenant. A task force was formed, a way to bring everyone back together if anything ever necessitated it. the Galactic Readiness Task Force. It's been 2 decades, and many of the leaders who signed onto that task force have since been replaced, including my predecessor. But I still believe in it. This is going to be a matter of proving to the different races in our galaxy that this threat is real enough to fulfill the promise we made 20 years ago. We must reassemble the task force.
That sounds like a good plan. However, proving it has been a difficult task. The Council doesn't even seem to believe it. They're already preparing another manned expedition into the void, which I am convinced would lead to the death of everyone involved. I'm trying to get them to slow down, but they can only wait so long before they're forced to make moves. Any ears you could bend with the Turian Counselor to get them to hold back on any other expeditions into the Tsukiyomi system would be appreciated.
I will do the best that I can.
Well, I'm sure your voice would carry a lot of weight.
For now, however, I have a proposition.
I'm listening.
Already, I have begun talks with those who would consider this proposition. A couple of powerful individuals and old friends of mine also seem to believe you. Admiral Reach of the Alliance and Matriarch Amaris Lazari. They have each committed some war assets, but their individual ability to do so is limited, as unlike me, they are not central leaders in their organizations, but components. He taps the glass table and it glows red, and then brings up a bunch of metrics. Now note that the Syndicate and Chromata metrics would not be present. That's something you would add later to keep track of like what you've done. There's a little line break. That's like your more kind of clandestine war assets.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, this is where we stand. These numbers are an abstract representation of the total war assets that could be committed to the cause if war were to come to our galaxy. What the task force has that it can bring to bear upon our enemies. It is an abstract measurement of not just manpower, weapons, ships, but also supply lines, biotics, technology.
Information.
Indeed. Everything. Now, at the moment, Matriarch Lazari and Admiral Reach have each managed to commit a fraction of their force. Admiral Reach is in charge of about 1/10 of the Alliance's war assets, which he has committed to your cause. And Matriarch Amaris Lazari is so obscenely powerful that I've been assured by my advisors that she qualifies as 50 war assets alone. Apparently, she saved an entire city from the Reapers by herself. I didn't see it. This is hearsay, but...
I did. I saw it.
Then perhaps that 50 is actually an accurate measurement of how valuable she is.
He is quite powerful, it's true.
In any case, I am willing to commit the entirety of the Turian force to your cause, but I am incapable of doing it right now. we are unfortunately embroiled in a war of our own. I was going to request your aid with this. If you're able to complete an operation for us that could turn the tide of this battle, it would free up a lot of our forces to join the task force.
I think we can definitely lend a hand with that. Just give me the details.
Understood. And for what it's worth, the council number that is being represented here is the combined force of Alliance, Turian, Solarian, Quarian, and Asari forces that have been committed to the protection and service of the Citadel Prime and the Council. These are forces that it is not within our authority to allocate elsewhere without the Council's permission.
So we would have to convince the Council to give up some of their Citadel security fleet.
They command an extremely substantial force, a combined force of the different galactic races that comprises not only Citadel Prime, which is itself by far the largest space station ever even imagined in our galaxy, but also the planet Earth as well. Earth and Citadel Prime currently contain the largest amount of war assets anywhere in our galaxy by far. Double that of the Alliance's own independent forces. Swaying the Council will be pivotal.
I understand. I'll do what I can to bend the right ears. But you know as well as I, getting the Council to believe anything collectively is difficult at best.
Of course, it won't be an easy task. And the other galactic races will also need to be convinced as well. Their leaders. You have to go to the top. It will not be enough to speak to an admiral or a matriarch. You will need to speak with the leaders of this galaxy. Convince them to uphold the agreement signed 20 years ago. Many of them will not be the same leader who signed that document. In which case you must convince them to sign it again.
I know that'll at least be tough to manage for my people, since our leadership is far less centralized than any other.
Indeed, it was a circle of the most powerful matriarchs who agreed to the original task force 20 years ago. That is a very little time to your people, so I have no doubt the very same circle of matriarchs still live and operate on and around Thesia. Lazari is one of them, but you cannot alone make that decision. All of the other matriarchs will have to be convinced as well.
Noted. I'll do what I can. But for the time being, what's this operation that you'd need us to undergo to free up those forces?
Do you and your team need time to process all of this about the Galactic Readiness Task Force, or would you like me to launch directly into an explanation of our personal situation?
Aryn will look around and say, does anybody have any questions or need time?
I have an out of character question for the DM.
Yeah, what's up?
So right there for the Cremata, I see that it's 150 out of 150. Now is that... Never mind. I might be asking something ahead of time, but is that like as they grow, is that possibly going to grow as well?
It will, yes.
Okay.
150 is where they're at right now. So total,
Gotcha.
it's assets committed out of total available. The Cremata are like more than willing to commit everything they have available. What they have available is going up, and it's going up at an alarming rate.
Okay.
So yeah, that number will definitely be like steadily rising. Every time you go back to talk to them again, it'll be like, okay, what are you guys up to?
Okay. Well, thank you.
Absolutely. No, that's an astute observation. Yeah.
Kronk is actually just going to chuckle and say, "I don't really need to wait any longer. I'm just glad someone's finally catching up."
Were
It
the
is kind of nice to
Praetorian-
see.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It is nice to see people actually taking this seriously in comparison to last time. So refreshing.
Were the Batarians and Krogan involved in this original deal?
The Krogans were, but the Batarians never joined us in the first place.
Do you think it feasible at all we'll be able to convince the Krogan to put their race on the line again?
That might be a challenge, given the situation I'm about to describe. You see, this actually segues quite well into our own difficult situation, as we are
Oh, no.
currently waging a war against the Batarians.
The Batarian?
God damn
Indeed.
Batarians again.
When the Reapers arrived, they hit the Batarians first. And the damage they did is many times worse than what the rest of us were hit with. Many of those worlds were completely destroyed. Worlds that already largely lacked valuable natural resources. The Batarians have always needed to expand, mercenary out, push for other space because they lack self-sustainability, and the Reapers more or less made that 100 times worse. Whether out of desperation or selfishness, it depends on who you ask, they have pushed into council space. They have pushed to try to take some of the fertile, rich worlds, the worlds that are rich with natural resources that were isolated when the mass relays went down, and in fact they succeeded. In the early years after the mass relays dropped, Batarians were able to take a large number of council worlds, and they slaughtered anyone living on those worlds when they took them. We have been fighting to push them back out of council space, but it has been a grueling war, a long series of stalemates and sieges, very bloody, very time-consuming and exhaustive on resources on both sides.
I
So
understood
do you
Batarian.
want us to go with diplomats?
I understood
some-
the
I
Batarian
didn't-
force was relatively broken after the Reaper War. I'm surprised they still have the resources to wage war.
They're taking advantage of how spread thin we are.
Mm.
At first, they created footholds while the mass relays were down, so we were blind to what they were even doing. We had no idea they had even invaded at all. It took almost a decade for us to realize that we had lost a bunch of worlds along the border of council space. And now they have footholds. Anti-air weapons, bunkers. Their numbers are small compared to ours. Their technology is inferior. But they've dug in. They've turned this into grueling trench warfare, refusing to give an inch.
It's always been a difficult situation with them.
Well, you have to admit the council treated Batarians poorly after humans joined galactic civilization.
Right.
Not to
'cause it's
say
all
what they
humans'
do is
fault.
not to say what they do is right, but they did take away all of their. And Ray is like visually stressed out by even saying this. They did take away all of their host planets, all of their future colonization planets, and they granted them all to the humans.
And
I
the
mean,
Reapers
they're
took what they had.
slave-holding monsters, but they're still people.
I am well aware that what you're saying is true. I'm a student of history.
I'm just afraid you're gonna ask us to genocide them.
No.
Oh, thank gods.
The Batarians have enough in the Attican Traverse that they will not die out. They simply cannot thrive. And in fact, I have already extended them an offer for a truce. They currently hold 7 habitable planets in Council space, and I offered for them to keep 3 of them. Understand that when they invaded, they killed every Turian living on these worlds. The offer that I made was more than generous, and it infuriated a lot of my people. The Praetarians refused. They seem to think they can outlast us, that they can squat in their bunkers, protected, and just wait. They know that we don't want to be fighting this kind of protracted war. They know that we're exhausted. I want to press them hard enough that they'll take my offer. I just want to press them hard enough that they will accept the truce. In the best case scenario, they might even join the task force. Something that didn't happen last time. The reality is that if we leave things how they are, I fear that we will be showing them a sign of weakness that they will take advantage of in a way that will lead to a great deal more killing and suffering.
If we let them keep everything they have, they'll just keep taking more.
I have offered for them to keep 3 of those planets, which is incredibly generous given the circumstances.
I agree.
But they need to suffer great enough losses to take the deal.
I take it you have a plan?
I do. A single one of these planets has been the focal point of our war for the last several years. And he'll bring up a hologram of it over the table. This is Rockham. Rockham is a mostly desolate planet. Rocks and dirt, crags and canyons. The terrain is inhospitable, but it is incredibly rich with valuable minerals for all manner of manufacturing. This planet is one of the least valuable to the Batarians, but the most valuable to us. They have held on to it more than anything as a distraction, I imagine. It has remained the focal point of our push against them. They have focused a great deal of their force on it. The anti-air that they have installed is extreme. It's thorough. It has been extraordinarily difficult to get boots on the ground, and when we do, the Batarians fight guerrilla warfare in the canyons, rendering our numbers useless. If we could take this world back, I'm confident that it would break their morale. They have dedicated such an enormous amount of their resources to holding this planet as the front line that if it falls, I think there's a good chance they'll take my deal and the war will end.
Alright. we're happy to handle the ground operational side if you're confident you can handle the diplomatic side on the other side of it.
That's the plan. Originally, we had this under control. I had launched an operation to disable the communication between the Batarian forces on the surface of Rackham and their various orbital stations. I sent one of my most trusted soldiers and engineers, Decimius. He is an incredibly brilliant man, and unfortunately I have lost contact with him. His ship was shot down on the planet's surface. We have a beacon on where the escape pod landed. I'll need you to go and find him. Once you've found him, I'll give you coordinates so that you can help him finish his mission to disable the communication network between the surface of the world and the Batarian's orbital stations.
Understood.
I do have confirmation that he's alive. He has managed to hunker down and make camp and stay quiet, but he doesn't have any means to get off of the planet or to finish his mission until he is rescued. The reason I'm asking you to do this is because, as I understand it, you, while at Citadel Prime, had a very sophisticated, if a bit old, stealth drive installed on your ship.
Yes, the anti-air emplacements shouldn't be as big a threat to our ship as it would be to any others.
Precisely my thought. I think you might be uniquely equipped to swoop in and save him.
Alright, search and rescue and then sabotage.
Indeed. It's a lot to ask,
Well, that sounds right up our alley.
but if you're able to make Rackham fall, then I think I should be able to do the rest. I can bring an end to this war, finally, and it will create a situation where not only will I be able to dedicate more of the Turian war assets to the task force, but also the Batarians will no longer be in active conflict with Council space, so there is a tiny sliver of a chance you could convince them to join as well, which will not be possible while they are in active warfare with us.
Eon, you think you're up for convincing Batarians to act for the greater good?
Yes, it would be much preferable to any other alternative. I'll
Alright.
try to talk to them and do my best.
Alright, we'll see what we can do. Anything else before we get to work?
That will be all. If you return to your ship, I'll ensure that you're provided with all available information about Rackham and the mission. You'll be given coordinates, timing.
Does your man on the ground have a transponder that we could follow?
He does.
Alright, that frequency would be helpful.
That will also be provided.
Alright.
I must caution you about Decimius just before you go. He is incredibly talented, but his personality leaves something to be desired. He is, I'm embarrassed to say, a little bit of a womanizer.
Okay.
Aaron
I
just
just got the
cautiously
biggest shit-eating
glances at
grin on
Ray.
my face.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
In any case, good luck.
Ray will look over at Aryn and be like, "What does that mean?"
You don't know?
Aryn stands up and says to Ray, "I'll explain later." All right, we'll be in touch once we have a mission update.
Good. Looking forward to hearing back from you. While you're gone, we'll be preparing something to be installed on your ship when you return.
Much appreciated. It's
With your permission, we've prepared a quantum entanglement communicator so that you can talk to the other members of the Galactic Readiness Task Force.
That would be helpful. The ship is not the most modern, so any upgrades are more than welcome.
Primarch, can I ask one more question?
Indeed.
If we manage to get this foothold against the Batarians and they don't surrender, how far are you willing to go?
I will fight until I take back all but the 3 worlds that were offered. Once they only have holdings on those 3 worlds, then I will leave them alone, if they leave us alone. There is a reason that I must retake the other planets. I do not have the option of letting them have more than that. The Batarians may need this space, but so do we. I'm afraid that sometimes the needs of the many must outweigh the needs of the few.
Ray will nod her head.
All right, does anyone else have any other questions before we get to work?
Not currently.
All right then, Primarch. Pleasure speaking with you. We'll be in touch.
The pleasure was mine, Spectre.
And Aryn will stand to leave.
All right. Yep, you're escorted back to your ship, and your weapons are provided to you.
All right, excellent. Aryn will put in the code to unlock the box.
Yep, of course it unlocks.
Between getting the weapons and getting on the Saratoga, Lucille will kind of just gently shoulder bump Aryn and to the side. With the quantum entangler, is that going to be something we're going to be able to operate without our little friend being aware of it? Because if he's got...
That'll be up to Ray. It's possible we can set it up to be secure on our end, but I'm not sure.
That'll be fun to find out.
I don't think I mind Snake knowing about this task force, actually. If there are any Syndicate assets we can add to it, that can only be a boon in our favor.
True.
I can't imagine even the Syndicate would want to operate against it. Or sabotage it.
No. I could see us not coming out on top of this being very bad for business for them.
Mm-hmm.
Ray will actually try to get Kronk's attention if he's, like, walking with them.
What is it, kid?
Well, as far as I know, Urdnot is the primary clan in Tuchanka. Do you think there's any chance they would join this task force? I mean, after what happened to your people twice.
Maybe. Put the right person in charge and give them something to fight. It's not hard to get Krogans motivated.
Your people, ironically, are probably one of the most selfless in the galaxy.
Someone's got to be. What about you? We've got to go. We've got to go find some Quarians, don't we?
my people should be pretty easy to convince. We very much have always believed in the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. I just hope we never have to go to Rannoch. But we do have the largest fleet in the galaxy to this day, so may not be great warfighting ships, but we also haven't been screwed over by the council as many times as your people have, so I'm more worried about yours. Speaking of, I've been speaking with Dr. Bryson, and she's going to get us a chemistry set. And I was hoping to actually speak with you about some projects that I've been looking forward to doing.
I don't know what kind of impression I've given you, but I'm not exactly a science major.
No, but Clan Urdnot had more scientists than most other clans. And as far as I know, they still do. There obviously isn't much communication with the planet anymore, but if we can get even a scrap of anything from what Mr. Solis's data showed, then we might be able to jumpstart something.
Well, we were second to Werelock, and then Werelock went away.
So if you have any contacts back home who might be able to help, maybe we can at least start a process. If one Solarian can do it, I'm sure we can get enough nerds in a room that we can figure it out.
I'll send some messages.
The Kromata might also be able to lend their expertise. They learned how to use very advanced genetic research equipment very quickly.
The irony of the Krogan wiping out the Rachni and then the Rachni being primary to making sure the Krogan don't get wiped out would be poetic.
It might mend some rifts that have been long-standing over the years.
I don't know what situation you got me into, Aryn, but I'm starting to think we're in a boat much too big for ourselves.
Words never spoken.
On a Spectre Ops, we just call it Tuesday.
Ain't it the truth?
Shall we
Alright.
go try and negotiate with some Batarians then?
Well, let's focus on getting our mission done primarily. If there's the opportunity to talk to some Batarians, then we will. But that's not the primary,
So-
unfortunately.
Your mission terminal just got a lot fuller. Here's from
Oh
now
boy,
to
all the
level
side quests.
16.
Oh god.
No, these are not side quests. Those are all main
Oh
quests.
jeez, okay.
This is
Mhm.
from level 7 to level, which you'll hit level 8 after you do the Turian thing, but then this is going to take you to level 16. Note the last one is pick one of two with the Syndicate. You're going to have to go one way or the other with them.
Gotcha. Similar to the side quest that goes with
Yep.
it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the side quest basically pairs with that. There you go.
Well, eliminating syndicate threat would free up council war assets.
Yeah, so one way or the other, you'll get war assets. You'll probably get a little bit more bang for your buck if you have the Syndicate join, but also there's like the moral and ethical qualms, and the Syndicate aren't necessarily like perfectly trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas eliminating them will give you some more war assets from the Council, but not as much as you would have gotten if you rolled the dice on the Syndicate.
And if Syndicate is joining the task force, that would probably free up some Citadel stuff, as long as we've got like the goodwill of the Syndicate, but they probably won't free up as much Council stuff. I don't know. We'll have a discussion about that.
It's a bridge for an entirely different month.
Let's beat them up and make them fight like the Batarians.
All right. You guys get back on board the Saratoga?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. As soon as you're on board the Saratoga, Adam says, I just got a lot of information from Turian Military Command. Like a lot. There's coordinates. Do we want to go there? I'm not really in the loop on what's going on.
David, prep us for launch. We'll explain on the way, Adam.
Okay, cool.
We're winning a war, robot.
Oh, is it already Tuesday again? All right. Yep.
At least one member of the Saratoga crew is catching on.
Oh gosh.
All right, so the Saratoga takes off, and you guys mass relay to your destination. You mass relay to one that's just by Rackham, over on the border of Council space, where outer Council space borders with the... Is it the Attican Traverse, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be where this is.
And Aryn will give the command for the stealth drive to come online as soon as we are in the system.
All right. Yep, your stealth drive is online. You can see a variety of Turian battleships in orbit, kind of keeping their distance. There are some lights flickering on the surface of the planet where like various ground fights are being fought. Do you follow your coordinates with the stealth drive up to come into low orbit and go to your destination?
Yeah, Aryn, we'll tell David to if we start getting into atmosphere to take it slow, because we don't want the friction heat to give away our position.
This ain't my first rodeo.
All right. Let's see if we can get a beat on that transponder signal too. And this is, I'm presuming we fill Adam in on the way there. Let him know we are on a search and rescue mission, and then infiltrate and sabotage.
All right.
Just so he's got all the details.
Yep. Let's take a break before you guys come in on the surface of the planet. But as you do come in, you might be coming into a little bit of a firefight on the ground.
Okay.
So we're gonna just let's take 10. We'll come back and we'll have some combat. Man, when was the last time we had combat?
Bye.
So you swoop in to where you have an indication of where this agent will be. Decimius. And as you pull into the surface of Rackham, you do find it to be very difficult to get a visual on anything. The planet's surface is extremely rocky with tons of cliffs and canyons and fissures, and it's also very dusty. There's big, thick dust clouds hanging low. But as you approach the signal, Adam says, I am picking up a gunfight going on the ground, but the visibility is really bad. If we open fire with the ship's weapons, we'd probably kill your dude. You can roll the dice on it if you want, but you probably want to engage on the ground.
Understood.
Who reprogrammed Adam?
Is he actually telling us things now?
Yeah, and he's like, not like, oh, just blow him up. You should just
That's
shoot
not- yeah.
everything.
Actually trying to get us killed. Don't worry, we'll just set you down right here. It'll be fine. No, nothing's wrong.
Aaron's gonna tell David, lay in a course to set us down as close as we can. Then let Quincy take the helm. I want you on the ground team.
All right, I'll set the pathway. Quincy, get up on deck.
Lieutenant Wace to the bridge as well. I'd like you to coordinate the landing, then get the Saratoga out of harm's way until we call for pickup. Away team to the outer airlock. Get ready for a hot drop.
Suits up, heads down.
Yeah, you guys, you drop out of the airlock, and everybody, you kind of hit the ground rolling, and you're able to drop into kind of like a crack between some cliffs where you can emerge into the firefight without, like, you don't want to land in the middle of a firefight. You
Right,
want to,
of
like,
course.
kind of come in from the side, like, with cover and such.
Maybe be able to see what's happening before we go in guns blazing.
Yep. Get close enough to see through the dust.
I mean, it'll be fine. These are Batarians. You just shoot the ones with a big forehead.
So, sprinting between the two cliffs, you come out into an area where you can immediately see the crashed escape pod. There's several dead Turians. A couple of the soldiers are still alive, and a Turian matching the description of Decimius is in the back clutching a pretty terrible-looking wound. There's a lot of blood on the floor around him. You also see 8 Batarians toward the south end of the map, all behind cover, opening fire on the escape pod, just like shooting it nonstop.
I play a game of Spot the Named Character.
I wonder which one of these guys matters.
Not a clue. Probably not that one.
That's fair. It's like when you watch an anime and one person has like spiked red hair and
I think
everyone
that
else has like normal hair. Yeah.
I was watching one the other day, and like they did a zoom out of the classroom. Everyone's got dark hair, and there's one person with pink, one person with blue. I'm like, I wonder who's gonna be important.
All right, so as everyone's charging out of here, I imagine the rest of the crew are still kind of like trying to figure out how to approach this situation tactically, and it stands to reason that while they're having that discussion, the Krogan acts.
I mean, absolutely. He, considering the significance, he's going to start by casting Alacrity on himself, and then he's just gonna. He assumes the people with the fringes are not the enemy, so he's just going to make his way over here and use his hasted action to smack the Spitarian upside the head. Wait, where did that +5 come from? Oh, ignore the +5 portion. I still had something ticked from the last time we had combat 4 years ago.
Inspiration.
Right. But if a 22 hits, that's 11 damage.
All right, you do indeed hit him,
Excellent. Also, why
and his shield takes a beating. It gets all cracked, but it doesn't break.
So that was action, my movement, my hasted action. I'm done for now.
All right, perfect. All right, well, this Batarian soldier will move here and take aim at you around the cover.
Hmm. Miss.
Yeah, missing. This guy from way over here will shoot at you. How's 20?
Shield it.
All right, you shield it. And then this one is going to actually shoot at the escape pod. And this Turian soldier in the front peeks his head out to take a shot, and one of the Batarians puts 2 holes in his forehead. And he collapses. The last remaining soldier, along with Decimius, they both of them are heavily wounded and basically just hiding. Arturo.
All right. So let's see. Arturo is currently invisible, by the way. I assume I can see that guy very clearly.
Oh, certainly you can. Yeah, you can peek around your cover. You've got a rock and a Turian corpse. Amazing cover.
I know, right?
Just
Anyways,
like kind of like ragdoll him in front of you.
Yeah,
Use
so I'm about to say he's using his body to prop the gun up right now. He was just like, "I'm sorry," props the gun up on him, and takes his shot.
He's not using it.
That is fair. He is in fact not using his body.
That'll hit.
For 29.
All right.
La-
Just Arturo things.
Yep.
just made someone disappear, didn't you?
Doesn't look like he's quite dead yet. Just probably
No,
knowing me, he has 1 hit point.
You pop his shield and deal a mostly surface wound. Like it shatters the shield and puts a hole in his shoulder or something. He's still definitely combat worthy.
All right, and then I will recloak and reload.
All right. Shepard.
Hoping there's enough cover. I want to move to here.
I'll be able to make more cover on my turn.
Because I'm going to shoot our friend down here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd my mouse go? We're one of those days.
That'll hit.
My God. Oh my God.
He's just out of your reach.
Seriously? Okay, shift
5180.
forward.
There, we'll
Why
do it.
do you know?
Just 5 more feet will do it.
Okay.
5 more feet will
Yep.
do it, and then you can back up again.
Yep, shift to where my mouse is not behaving. I apologize, but yeah, that's still
You're okay.
that'll still give me enough movement to get back.
So you'll hit him.
And we're going to shove him back with concussive shot because I like. That's a D8 priority die.
Pushes him
That's a
onto his
4.
ass into the groove the escape pod made.
That pushes him how many feet?
15.
All right. He's shoved to here. Unless he makes a strength save, right?
Yeah, strength save.
Actually, I think he made it.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah.
Still takes another 4. Well, if that's the way he's going to be, I guess he's still there and still in my range, so I'll shoot him again. Ooh, 12.
That will miss.
Hang on, I'll use
Okay.
one of my contingencies to add to that D4. Well,
Oh.
sorry, I rolled a 1 first.
Just roll it anyways, I got excited. I don't think a 13 does it, though.
The 13 will miss, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move back into cover. I think that'll give me cover at this point. Or at least back far enough that my mouse will allow. And that's me.
All right, Eon.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do something here. Let me see. All right. Okay. What I want to do isn't gonna work, so I'm just gonna go ahead and warp. I'll just use a warp. Hit this guy.
All right.
It might come through a second time. I seem to be having some lag.
No problem. That 28 will hit him.
Oh,
Well, there
interesting.
you go.
Okay. Cool.
Boom. All right, you warp
And
it.
Yep, that'll be it right there. Did it add the bonus damage already? Yeah, I think.
What should it be adding? It rolled 2d10.
Right. 1 second. The modifier that I get for it being warp, or
Oh yeah, you add your charisma modifier to that.
that's what it is. Thank you. We haven't fought in so long, I've already forgotten.
Yeah.
So +5, so 16.
All right. There we go. And we've come around to Aryn.
Okay, Aryn is going to first deploy her portable cover right there in front of Eon. And then as an action is going to cast... Actually, could I? No, I don't think I can get to a point where I can actually catch Kronk in an inspiration field. But yeah, I'll cast Biotic Inspiration, which should buff everybody up here because it's at 3rd level.
Sweet.
So everybody up here is blessed. Sorry, Kronk.
That's all of us.
Yeah, because it's at rank 3, so it is up to 7 creatures, but within 30 feet of me.
The funny thing is, if you were standing where I was, you would have also gotten our Turian friend.
Well, I could actually move there.
Yeah.
That'll hit him. That'll get everybody, including him.
Yeah, I'll move there, and he will feel inspired from inside the escape pod, but may not know why.
He'll grin out the like demolished side of the escape pod at you with like a little bit of blood coming down from one corner of his lip, and he flashes you like a very charismatic grin and gives you a thumbs up.
It's one of those moments. Yeah, reinforcements is here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, that's my turn.
All right, Ray.
Ray is going to say, Captain, permission to use one our CPR kit.
Granted.
All right.
And the escape pod's like blown open, so you can like climb over the wreckage to get to him. Yeah.
If I go right here, can I use this back bit as cover?
You can, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say, what's his name again?
His name is Decimius.
Mr. Decimius, I'm going to use a metagel on you. You're priority number 1 of keeping alive. So just give me 1 sec, and then I'll go ahead and drop a metagel as a bonus action. For 10.
As Ray is applying the metagel to him, Decimius says, what angel has descended in my time of need?
Oh no.
Ray like half cough giggles. She's like, and, like just loses her shit.
She is her race's equivalent of red as a tomato right now.
And, exactly. And then Ray's gonna say to him, which one of these soldiers would you prefer? I only have 1 kit. If you have more, I can apply more. But which one of these soldiers would I prefer I bring back?
Well, that's a grim choice to thrust on me right now. Whichever one you think you're you're most likely to be able to save.
Okay, can you tell me which ones have died within a minute?
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
Alright. I'll count him as an ally. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So it's a minimum
Wow,
16,
perfect.
but I got an at 20.
Yeah.
So you can actually tell that this soldier in the front just went down, and he's actually not dead. He's like making death saves.
Okay, so a heal might be able to bring him back.
This one next to him has died within a minute. The ones outside, you don't think you could bring them back.
Okay. Ray will comes back to Aryn and say, "I can bring up 2 of his men. Just give us some time and some cover."
Whatever you need, Ray.
And that's Ray's turn.
Yeah. Aryn basically is leaving Ray to treat whoever she wants. Does not need permission from me. You're the medic. You make the medical decisions.
And
But that CPR kit is like.
I know, and
insanely
that's up to
expensive.
you
We
if you
only
want to
have
use
one.
it on an NPC.
This Batarian soldier kind of like spits some blood out and is like, "A Krogan? What are you, the Turian's pet now?" And he's gonna whip his Omni tool out and go
shit.
for the jugular. Which that should
Clearly.
be Omni Blade, but yeah. It is only 11.
Only 11. He doesn't even hit real hit points.
Yeah, so he sticks his Omni Blade into your barrier and is like pushing on it and cutting through it, but he doesn't reach flesh.
He just gets my temp HP.
David.
Don't forget your concentration again.
Yes.
Alright. Well, let's see.
Kronk got some con.
Mm-hmm. He's a Krogan.
Also, really
All right.
quick,
So
Aryn forgot to tell Ray what a womanizer was.
Oh, oops. It's okay.
so
Ray's about to find
It'll
out.
be fine.
bonus action blink down there. Let's see. Move this way to there. And action dodge with the shield up. Try to give them something else to shoot at.
A reminder that anybody in cover from my portable cover has resistance to damage from weapon attacks.
Thank you.
I did
You're
not know. Okay.
All right. Is that all, David?
Yep, that was bonus action movement and my action to take the dodge action, so we're good.
This guy,
Son of a bitch.
this guy's gonna shoot at David, who's dodging.
To be fair,
Yep.
all these Batarians look alike too.
So
20.
When that 20. So when that 20 would hit, his shield radiates, and I throw up biotic barrier to give myself an additional 5 HP. I mean AC. So there we go.
All right.
Healed, baby.
Kinetic shield, ain't it beautiful for us frontliners?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean that 20 both times. Oh wait, no, it had disadvantage. Doesn't matter.
Ooh, that would have been bad if he had advantage.
Yeah.
All right. This wounded guy is gonna get something off his back. It looks like it kind of looks like a metal pipe,
Oh no.
and he aims it up at an angle and hits a switch, and you guys hear like a thwunk, and
Oh.
an object
Incoming!
is sent in an arc up over the battlefield, and it is going to land right here.
Oh yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
So this is
Reasonable.
gonna require a dexterity save from all four of you. However, Aryn and
That was with advantage, but either way.
Aryn and Arturo have advantage on the save for being behind the rock, but Shepard and Eon do not. Actually, you would have. It shouldn't be advantage, should it? It should be cover, right?
Yes.
Would it be +4 from total cover?
Depends on the state of cover. Total cover means I'm just not affected by it. If it's like 3/4 cover, then it's a +5, and half cover is a +2.
Not that it matters right now, but don't forget that bless applies to saving throws.
Oh yes.
So, Aryn, you're actually working with a 3 + 5 plus bless.
Okay.
So 5, 6, 7, 8.
So what is blessed?
Bless is
D4.
To your saves.
I have mine set up
Okay,
as
so I
a.
probably failed
Okay.
anyway. I probably failed.
Yeah,
still.
you actually end up
So
failing
it's a
anyway.
25
okay.
for me.
That's okay.
That's a 25 for me.
Nice.
I got a 31. I'll be taking no damage from that, thank you. Which I will be because I have evasion.
If you have evasion, then you will be taking no damage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yep.
I had to clarify before somebody was like, rolling that high doesn't mean. It's like, that's not what I mean.
So it's 16. Only Aryn takes full. Shepard and Eon take half. So Shepard and Eon take 8. And Joseph, you have evasion, so you don't take anything.
Yeah.
Okay, well
Damn,
that's
the DC for that was a 20.
my barrier's gone and only 1 health.
Oof.
And then concentration plus D4. And I'm gonna add a contingency to that. For another D4. Okay, whew. I keep my bless up.
Alright. That was his action.
Right? Definitely shooting him in the head again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
This guy's gonna run up to here. And he throws sort of like small metal object out in front of him, and it hits the ground. It expands and unfolds upward.
Oh no.
Creating cover.
They also have portable cover. I see.
I don't like that.
All right, Kronk.
All right, let's see. Well, unfortunately, my shield goes down, but on the upside, I'm going to smack this guy upside the head again. It's a 13 hit. No.
Will miss.
What about this? Nope. What about this? One of them got through. Another 9 bludgeoning.
All right. Yep. No more shield.
Awesome. And
He- he,
that
like-
will be...
He like ducks, and you smack the rock with your hammer, and then he, throws himself to the side, and you smack the ground, and eventually you connect and break his shield. It's like whack-a-mole.
Mhm.
All the time, this guy is shooting at you,
Are you a Batarian or a weasel?
but he's not a very good shot.
Playing whack-a-mole.
Wackabatarian.
It's surprisingly hard to hit a Krogan when they're moving this fast.
He blurs across the battlefield.
The majestic battle turtle.
This is absolutely
All right, so-
terrifying that must be.
Way off to the left, you actually see this Batarian back off, and you see him sprint between the rocks, coming around the left flank, like trying to get an angle on Ray and her patient.
Watch out, Ray. You've got a flanker coming around the right.
This guy is going to run up and take cover, and then he's going to get a pipe off his back.
Oh, no.
Oh, no! We need to spread out.
and boom,
I'm about to. Don't worry.
and it's gonna land.
Either that or a biotic bubble.
Although me being here doesn't really matter because they don't know that I'm standing next to you.
He's gonna hit this wall behind you guys.
Ah.
This will not hit Eon, but none of you will have cover from this.
Okay.
There's a pretty good Nova target right here.
So that's
Wow, Aaron's not on the ball for dexterity saves today.
Wow. Wow.
I would say D4, but I don't think it'll count.
D4 for Shepard might.
Wasted both of my good saves on the last roll.
That didn't do shit.
so you each take 15.
Ow.
I'm still taking half of that because evasion. So 7? Yeah, 7.
All right, Arturo.
Bless is still up. Inspiration's still up.
Alright,
I don't
I'm about to
know.
heal shit. Gonna shoot that guy again. Put bandage back on.
What a
28.
f-
Yep.
Is he still alive?
Were you cloaked, Arturo?
I was, yeah.
No, you put him down.
Ah, sweet. Okay. And then he will recloak and move to here.
Shepard.
The turns are quick but effective.
Which is normal. 30 is a normal action for movement.
Yep.
Yes. 30 is your normal movement speed.
That diagonal doesn't work. You don't do those.
You start from
It's a
the
different-
square that you're in. If you're looking to go that way, it would be like that.
I want to see if I can get close to Ray to add support because I really don't want somebody coming up on her. I'm gonna just. So I won't. Yeah, no. I'm just gonna take movement. No, grab. Pick up the little token and get to here. Just so that way, if somebody does come around, I'm in the way, but I'm behind cover.
Right. Okay.
So I'm
Fair
not
enough.
going to be able to shoot at that point.
All right. Eon.
Okay. See what Aeona can do. What is this exactly?
Like a rock.
Not any cover at all.
It's not. It's too flat to be cover.
Is this total cover for anybody
Uh,
behind it?
Yeah, this one guy here would have total cover from you.
This one?
Yeah. He's like on the other side of this giant thing. These guys have normal cover from the portable cover they put out.
Okay.
I mean, if you're thinking of noving, they have to have cover from the point of impact. So, like, if you nova here, none of them would have cover.
Well, I wasn't gonna Nova. I was thinking
okay.
of shockwaving. I'm trying to hit all three of them, but it hits anything except for anybody behind total cover.
Oh, the shockwave is
So-
like a cone, right?
It's a line.
Hey,
Well,
it's a
straight
line,
I can
actually.
make it a cone if I wanted it to. So
that's
that's
a
what I was gonna.
Okay.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
you-
shape it to be a cone.
You can't quite get an angle on this guy back here. Yeah.
Well, I want to, so I'm gonna kind of use a bonus action to phase step
Okay.
right there.
Well, that'll get him.
If you face
Okay.
step, that's a rank. That's a spell though.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it? Oh, that's true. Thank you.
Mhm.
Then I'll just Nova back here then. I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level, and I'm gonna also channel Destructive Wrath, and it's gonna be max damage for that.
Well,
so
you
that's
rolled
gonna
max
be...
on the upcast. So it's 48.
So it's gonna be a total of 8d6. No.
So
do I
48
write it?
damage to all of
48.
them. They all failed.
Whew.
Okay, so 48 damage on all of them. Cool.
Very nice.
And that'll be it. I can't do anything else.
Needless to say, all their shields go down.
Oh wait, no. That's
Well, they didn't like that.
All right,
This
David,
guy,
you take care of the rest.
this guy back here has something a little different on his back. He
God,
pulls a big, giant black tube covered in like lights and wires, and it's got a handle. And he
That's
loads a rocket into it and aims at Eon.
Oh, fuck me.
Hell yeah.
Get away!
And yeah, he shoots a rocket at Eon.
Is it if this is important? Is it an attack roll or will it be a saving throw? Because if it's going to be an attack roll, then I'm going to divert it.
It's a saving throw because it's like literally a heat-seeking missile.
Gotcha.
So like
Okay.
it can't miss, but Eon can try to dodge
Just
it.
one of my planning dice is a nat 1, so I'm holding
in
on
fact,
to that.
It is actually a dex save from both Eon and David.
Okay.
Because when it impacts, the explosion's gonna be pretty big.
Of course, he didn't aim at David then, but he doesn't know I'm here, so yay.
Yeah.
Well, then if I remember correctly,
23.
I'm still dodging, so I get advantage on this.
Yeah, you are dodging, I believe. Yeah, you are. All right, so you both made it. So you both take half. The
gonna point- I'm
explosion
my.
The one that
shakes
shot
the
at me.
battlefield.
Oh dear God.
I mean, it's a rocket. Like
Yeah.
it blows up. It shakes like the cliffs. Like rocks fall off the cliffs. Birds fly away. It's very loud. All of you feel like the vibration. But you both take half. So you each take 17.
Oh, that's
Half-
my new target.
Half of Oh, yeah, 17?
Half of 34, so you take 17.
You each take 17. Yeah.
Okay, Aryn is going to step down here and will. Do I recall my cover and just place it somewhere better? Yeah, I think I'm gonna recall my cover as a bonus action, and then as my action, let me measure this out here. Yes. Right in the middle of these guys down here, I'm gonna toss out my my new toy here, Singularity.
It's a 15-foot radius sphere, right?
Yep. And the first damage I rolled for it was 5. So there's now a little miniature black hole right there. Just and that
Okay.
is my. Oh, I'm gonna move back into my cover over here.
Ray.
All right, so Ray's going to basically sneak past this guy. She's going to apply Metagel to the guy who just dropped.
As you're climbing over him, he kind of offers her a hand, and he like gently conveys Ray over himself, like taking her hand and helping her down.
Thank you very much. And she's gonna go ahead and apply, like, look back at him, and then like she's blushing under the mask, hoping he can't tell, and then go back, and she's gonna apply Metagel to the guy who just went down, and then I'm gonna use our 1 CPR kit on this guy.
All right.
I got 2 Metagel left, boys.
Keep your head down.
Yeah, and as soon as they wake up, Ray's going to say, "Keep your heads down."
Yeah,
back of the escape pod.
they're very low health, and they're really in no place to fight. So they
And then
definitely
Ray will
won't do that.
actually move forward, hoping she makes a better target than they do.
Oh Christ.
Yeah, they're gonna kind of huddle in the back, like keeping cover. They're not really in any state to fight.
All right, and that's Ray's turn.
They're taking the head down action.
Pretty much, yeah. They're just,
Nice.
dodging. Or the equivalent thereof.
Mhm.
Well, this guy continues his hand-to-hand combat with Kronk.
Oh, God.
He keeps critting Kronk!
Oh my!
That is
Wait,
the
what?
second time!
It is canon that if any race could take on Krogan in melee combat, it is the Batarians. So
Mhm.
makes
Yeah.
good sense.
I feel like you're having a blast over there.
It's really
Getting some
fun.
melee in.
Alright, well, 13 more. Just the fact that this guy keeps critting Kronk.
Mm.
Woe to them if they get him to half health.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, that is 8 points of real health.
Finally got through the temp HP.
Finally, he says.
I only have like 8 temp HP. It just so happens that that's after my shields.
Alright, David. You were
Alright.
moving up in a very like defensive way, and then Eon got hit with a rocket. And you were in the blast radius.
How's Eon looking from that rocket?
Actually, fine.
Yeah, same,
Like, dusting
barely
himself
raw.
off.
You both dodged it quite well.
Well, I'm seeing Kronk get the shit kicked out of him by the schoolyard bully, but at the same time, I heard over the comms that there was a guy going after, trying to flank from behind, where Ray and them are. So, I'm going to, blink and just disappear over to here, and then I'm going to, should be, yeah. Right up to here. And with the bonus actions, I can't blood tracker him yet. But I can Captain America punch him in the face, hopefully. So let's see. No, and no. 6. I'm jostled from that rocket. Like,
You come running around the rock, and you go to fight him, and you throw a punch, and he like kung fu movie like hits his wrist against your wrist to deflect it, and you're like, huh? And the two of you just start doing like kung fu combat back there with him, like, whoa, with all the sound effects, with him like blocking everything. It turns out this you're like, oh, you've trained as well. He's a Batarian black belt.
This is going well.
Nope, that's it. That's it for me right now.
Usually
First,
Batarians are pushover losers, so I like the idea that these ones are actually really good.
first guy starting his turn in block of text. What happens, Mark?
So he must make a strength save.
Okay, got it.
That's a
Not
fail.
great.
Okay, so he is lifted, which is restrained, and hovers 10 feet in the air, and takes 4d4 warp damage. Do you want to use the rolls that I've already used, or are you going to roll it new?
We'll use the roll, I guess. Yeah.
It was a 5 on the first one, so.
So he takes 5. He's lifted and he's primed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, those are terms.
And he's pulled 10 feet closer to the center.
We're about to go over what happens when you detonate that on my turn.
Mm-hmm. So he
All right, well, there
can
he is.
still take his turn. He's just restrained and can't move.
Restrained is disadvantage, right?
Yes, disadvantage on attacks, and attacks against them have advantage. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna just shoot with disadvantage at Eon. From
Spiteful.
nope.
No.
Nice.
All right, this guy makes a strength save. Nope.
Rolls the same thing.
Shooting at Eon. Kronk's turn. Good spell.
Gesundheit.
Much more reasonable seeing it as they actually do get to make a save each turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is much more reasonable than
So,
the reason Levitate's stupid, which Levitate doesn't restrain you. Levitate doesn't prime you or restrain you or do any damage in its single target, and it's still one of the best spells in the entire game of D&D, because once you fail your save, that's it. You never get another one, which is absurd.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do anything else.
Great against melee enemies.
It's very good against melee enemies, yeah.
Hey.
Ooh.
That's
Oh. Ooh.
okay. I wasn't sure if that sound effect was going to be preceded by you removing the token or not, so I paused.
No. No, he just, this guy just makes Street Fighter, like, hit sounds when you hit it.
As he punches, he goes Hadouken.
And I'm assuming one more is needed.
Oh, he's not down yet.
What about now?
Nope.
No?
They're
Jesus.
they're Batarians, dude. They're pretty tough.
How much
They
health
actually-
does this guy have?
They have a good, decent chunk of health.
Do they have the racial
Okay.
traits from the? Oh gosh,
Alright.
do they have the racial traits that we gave them?
Alright, well,
I'll be real. I didn't reference that.
Okay, that's fine.
I did 57 damage to that one guy before he died, and that was with everybody else shooting him too.
Yeah,
No,
they're pretty tough.
no worries. I'm done. That will be the end of my turn for now, then.
Aryn, get to at least here before your turn ends.
Okay, I can do that.
Unarmed combat with David, or armed combat, blade combat. Stab David.
Oopah.
You know what?
Shoot, David.
Yeah,
Shield.
I'm gonna at least block one of those. The 24 still hits though.
8.
Okay.
This guy moves into a flank.
Oh no. Oh no, they've gotten smart. Becoming self-aware.
The 19 on Kronk.
Shield.
All right. And now we have a strength save.
And another fail.
He will, with disadvantage, shoot at Eon. And Arturo, you're up.
Alright, cool. I'm pretty sure all three of these guys have taken the same amount of damage, so it doesn't really matter which one I target with this. So I'm going to target that guy.
All right.
That one right there.
He is above his cover because he's lifted.
Yep. And I have advantage because I'm invisible. I'm going to upcast Incinerate. Woo! And this is a detonating
Nice.
spell.
Well, that'll
So-
hit.
Ooh.
Here's what that does.
Does that detonate all of them?
No, just
No,
one.
just detonate them.
But it does an extra D10 damage per rank of the spell. So how high did you cast it?
I upcast it to rank 2.
Nice. So that's 2
So-
D10 extra damage.
Yep, and it already does 40-10, so he's taking 60-10 damage.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, make it count, man.
Ignore the sneak attack, obviously. I forgot to turn that off. But he's taking 36 damage. It's all fire.
Yeah, he explodes. But he survives with 1 health.
Ah, yes.
Of course he does.
This guy moves around to here behind this rock, and he is reloading his rocket launcher.
21.
All right.
Should be dead now.
Are you
I'm-
shooting?
Or shit.
I feel like the kid that reminded the teacher that we had homework.
You are.
Really are right now, dude.
Who are we shooting?
The one that looked like he should be dead, and then he's not dead
All right.
anymore.
You
There's
dead
two
him.
of those.
And then I am going to sweep here. And then that hits with a superiority die for damage. So he takes 4. Yeah.
You're gonna sweep? Is that a An officer maneuver?
It's a maneuver. Yeah.
Okay.
When you hit a target, you may sweep the attack to hit another target in range within 15 feet of the first. Use the same attack roll for both targets. If the second second target is hit, it takes damage equal to your superiority die roll. Yeah.
That's very cool.
And you also have
I like
advantage against him because of restrained.
Oh, damn. I do.
Which would
We
just
need to
be
roll that
fishing
again,
for
don't
a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hey,
but aren't
okay.
crits nice?
Yeah. The Batarians think so.
Damn.
Well, this one does
Okay.
anyway.
All right, Eon. Okay.
I get to actually shoot him again. That was my check for
You're
a
like
crit.
Professor Umbridge.
And this is with advantage because he's floating as well, right? Because I'm taking this guy.
Indeed.
Yep, they're both still floating.
Floaty, floaty, motherfuckers.
That'll hit.
26. Alright, and I am going to... We're actually going to sweep again because we've got this dude sitting right back here. So... roll damage to start, so that's 11. And then it sweeps for 1.
It sweeps for 1 to the other guy near him.
Yeah. I was sweeping to the back guy.
Alright, he takes 1.
I don't know why that rolled 4.
That, I don't know. Double click.
Okay. Sorry. Yep,
No, you're
so
good.
he takes 1.
Alright.
So that's clear my turn.
Alrighty. Eon, you're up.
Okay, 1.
Also, because I'm
All right.
focusing on singularity, inspiration is dropped.
That is good to know.
Nobody's been rolling it, so.
Okay.
Okay, so I will. This is the one that shot me originally with.
He's only got 1 health left.
That's
No,
the
that-
guy that shot us with the mortar.
Yeah, the one who rocketed you is in the very back. He actually hid back here to reload.
Well, I'm gonna cast Read, but I wanted to make sure that I could use Twinned with it and hit both this guy in front of me and the one in the back.
You can, but the back guy has 3/4 cover.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
They both
missed,
fail.
sorry. Ignore the second one, sorry.
You're good.
Wow,
So 20
that damage that you rolled.
26 is what actually
26,
happened. Though.
yeah, the 46 one was not the... Yeah, that was almost max
not-
damage. Jeez.
Do you not reroll damage when you twin? For the second attack?
No.
No. I wasn't sure how it worked. I've never played the
Yeah.
sorcerer before.
You know, it's still the same spell. You're just essentially double casting it.
Yep.
It's literally a copy, the same strength and everything. Got it.
Yep.
So he takes damage and cannot regain HP in any way until the start of your next turn.
Correct.
Alright.
It was electric damage, too.
If the damage is dealt to shield HP, it is electrical damage. Otherwise, it is warp damage. Oh, okay. I see. And electrical damage is it doubled against shields?
Yes.
Oh, if it ends up becoming warped, does it get my +5 or no?
I guess whatever his shield was, half that subtracted from the total damage, and then apply the
yeah.
rest to his health.
He's incapacitated until the start of your next turn. Is that right?
Yeah.
Because he took damage to his health.
Yes.
Okay. Incapacitated being he can't do anything at all.
He should have hit me with a rocket.
Yeah.
Payback.
He drops to the ground in horrible pain.
That's
It definitely looks like the spell in game.
All right, Aryn.
Okay. I'm liking what happened to those guys in the singularity.
I cannot do that again, by the way.
Okay.
Not if I want to be able to keep. Well, I don't know. There's not that many of them left.
That's fine. I've got a detonate spell myself.
Well, I could also just hit them with a cantrip too, couldn't I?
Aaron's going to step out. Oh, you wanted me to end my... You wanted me to move over here at one point, right, Ray?
Just be within 30 feet of me.
Okay. I can do that. But Aryn is going to move back here, and we'll put her deployable cover right. I put my cover there to just protect them.
All right.
And then I'm going to throw an incinerate at this guy right here.
All right.
For 16 plus, because the cantrip is
1d6.
1d6 for being a cantrip for detonating. Yep. He's no longer primed and takes 22 total damage.
Goes to 1 health.
Nice.
Is that before or after almost dying?
But he dies and then doesn't.
Okay.
So he's
Yeah.
no longer primed, but still lifted. And still in the
God,
singularity.
Arians are hardy.
Okay, so I'm realizing I didn't have to upcast as much as I did to get that first guy, but it's the first time we've ever detonated somebody. I wanted to make it spectacular.
It was. It was great.
Oh yeah.
All right, Ray.
All right, Ray is going to drop a mass first aid. She's going to hit all 4 of the Turians plus Aryn. And how much are you down, Shepard?
12.
12. Okay.
So is it just slash R 2d4 plus 3 plus 4?
Yes.
All right.
And I'm going to spend an extra point to reroll those 2 dice using my first aid ability. So, because those are 2 bad rolls. Instead, they are a 3 and a 1. Fuck.
Hey, it's
Still slightly better.
Yeah.
That's still an 11, not a
11
10.
damage.
That's one
Yeah,
step
so
forward.
all
11
of them
healing.
plus Aryn and Shepard are going to heal for 11 HP.
Thank you. That feels good. Feeling much better now.
And then with my bonus action, I will go ahead. This is Arturo, right?
Yeah, you can't see me though.
All right. Ray is going to touch Shepard on the shoulder and be like, "Let me help you out with that." And she's going to use her Omni Tool and throw her a tech support, which is a D8 that you can use at your leisure.
Don't worry, I have advantage on everything. I'm good at the moment anyway.
And then Ray will look back at the Turians and say, "You guys feeling up for some revenge?"
So the Turian soldiers, still like clutching their injuries, they look like they want to, right? Like some of them are like grabbing their weapons and stuff. And Decimia says, "It looks like you've got this handled. I think we might sit this one out if it's okay with you."
Yeah, fair enough. I've got others I have to heal. Just stay safe back here.
We've got it. Your squad's been through a lot.
His squad seems disappointed that he said that, but it's clear that he really does care about them and wants them to make it through this.
And Ray, ends your turn.
I don't know. I'm gonna shoot at David.
Wait, hang on. He takes 10 damage.
Okay. Then he misses David.
Oh yeah, both of those miss.
All right. Well, time to attack Kronk with advantage.
Sure,
Oh.
he is, right? Oh, he did.
No crits. Come on.
My shield is still up, so nothing hits.
All right, David, you're up.
All right, blood trackering the guy in front of me. Now, for the love of God, let's not whiff this time. He hit me. It's only fair. Does 15 hit?
It misses.
Hey, there we go.
25 will
one
hit.
hit. One hit. Cool. That's great. Great.
All right, shield's just under half.
That's good. I'm good. I'm happy for him. Good for him.
This guy just dies, right? Like, it's saved for half?
Does he
Yes,
just
it is
die?
saved for half, and it's 2d4, so it'll take at least 1
Yeah,
damage.
so he's just done.
Oh, yeah.
Kronk.
Lovely. I'm going to continue smacking my friend in the face. Something's got to hit. Is he still in one piece?
He is.
Curses. One more.
You hit him.
Make it count.
Finally, you sandwich him between your hammer and the rock, and he drops to his knees and falls down.
Squish.
All right, and then Kronk will turn to the one right behind him. And is like, "You up next?"
Meanwhile, over here, this guy is locked in melee combat with David. 23.
Healed.
Okay. And then this guy down here is going to attack Kronk. Missing.
Yep.
Arturo.
I think there's somebody else can handle that guy. Ain't no point in me wasting bullets on him. I'm gonna shoot the one Kronk trying to take care of. Make sure my sneak attack is on. Oh, hell yeah. 30, 40, 45 damage.
45. Huh? Okay. hold on.
Very nice. Good crit.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
just wait until I get gunplay and I do 2d12 per shot.
There we go.
For gunplay.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to
Agent
it.
doesn't get it until 9th level, though.
Nope.
No.
2 more levels and I'll have it. I'm looking forward to it.
This guy's incapacitated back here, so Shepard's up.
He's only incapacitated 1 turn, though.
Yeah.
No, that was the first one.
So which one's looking worse, Mr. Floaty over here or the Whack-A-Hammer?
Oh, Floaty's definitely the lowest. And you have advantage to shoot him.
Alright, well then let's just play with him.
Oh, I forgot to say I turn invisible again. Reload.
Alright.
29. Demo better, jeez. For 12.
Yeah, you shoot him out of the sky. He survives with 1 health because of their thing. But the
Is he
field.
gonna survive with that no matter what?
The field's gonna kill him.
Yeah, the field will kill him.
Singularity will kill him on his turn.
Cool, then I'm gonna swing over a second shot him. He does not have. I do not have advantage on him though.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I thought. 27
That'll hit.
or 7,
All right.
and I'm going to. Do I have? I'm gonna hit him with distraction.
Ooh.
Next attack against your target. Oh, bugger. That's what it says. I'm gonna roll a superiority die and try to hit him with extra damage, and then 2. Why does that turn out white?
That gives Kronk advantage to hit him.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, you!
You shoot
Oh,
out
9
one of his
damage.
4 eyes. It's very distracting. Eon. Aeona.
Ian is going to walk up This dude. And she's gonna cast Biotic Kinesis at 3rd level and just grab him.
Okay.
I caught one.
Are we taking prisoners?
Dear
That was
God,
not
no.
in the ROE.
No, but I figured we could question him at least. Figure out where they are, figure out what information we need from him.
I want to say our Turian friend might want to speak with him.
So do I capture him or no?
Well, give me the spell block.
Oh, my bad.
Because I'm sitting here not even... Yeah, I don't have all the stuff memorized, so... I need to see what you're doing.
Okay.
Nope.
He didn't. I don't know why I thought
Alright.
their strength would be higher than that.
You have him held.
I'm just gonna move him with me as I move back. I think I moved.
Yeah, you can move
Yeah,
him
I
up
mean-
to 30 feet.
Actually, it makes sense. Most combatants don't need strength in this game, so it's pretty easy to dump.
It says including in my action, so does that mean I can move him up to 30 feet right now?
Including the action that it's cast, yes.
Okay, so then I'll move him 30 feet, back towards this way. So if he breaks free, at least the Krogan will punch him in the face.
Get him
Like
all
over
the way
here?
up there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Alright. Perfect. Aryn.
He be floaty. Alright. Yeah, Aaron's taking cover behind the escape pod and he's gonna say, like, are you Decimius?
That I am.
Aaron Talia, Council Spectre. Primarch Victus sent us to reinforce you.
Ah, lovely. I was wondering, to what occasion I owed our clandestine meeting. You arrived just in time. I was about to be pushing up daisies with my men. I appreciate it.
Glad to help. And she's gonna toss another incinerate. I'll toss it at this guy. For 15 damage.
That will hit. Decimius kind of looks around with like Aryn here and like Shepard and Ray in front of him and says, "Your squad has so many beautiful and capable women from all over the galaxy. Goodness, being a Spectre has its perks, doesn't it?"
All of the
Primarch
females
warned me
from all
about
these
you. Like she's like holding the singularity with one hand, like throwing fireballs with the other. And it's like, yeah, he warned us about you.
Can't see it, but Shepard is rolling her eyes.
All right, Ray.
Is anyone currently desperate for HP?
Nope.
Simius, maybe.
I think I thought this fight was going to go so much worse than it did.
Is any of these guys at just 1 HP? That we know of?
The guy in the singularity, but he's gonna die on his turn.
The guy fighting Kronk is very low.
I mean, I guess Ray will take a pot shot at this guy.
Aryn, roll for crit on the incinerate. I forgot there was advantage on that from Shepard's distraction.
Ah.
No crit. Okay. So yeah, Ray, you want to take a pot shot at this guy? He's pretty low. Oh
Wow,
my
there's
goodness.
There's the crit you were looking for.
Okay.
Shakily takes aim and fires and just like hits him in the back
Ray
of
is
the
a
head.
pop of
Yeah, you drop him and he survives with one hit point because of his ability.
It's okay. He'll die on my turn.
He's like down on his knees in front of Kronk,
Yeah.
ready for the
Crunch
execution.
smash his skull in.
Yeah, when you take that shot, Decimius is like, goodness, what aim for a medic. You're a lady of many talents.
Ray's just giggling like a schoolgirl right now.
The only time she's been happy about almost killing somebody.
All right, time for this guy's turn. Ah! There he goes. And David. this fucking spell. Oh my god. It's still absurd. It's very, very, very good.
Do you imagine if there were more people standing there when he did that?
What a stupid spell. All
Do
right.
20 and 23 hit?
They do.
Imagine if I Nova'd in that spell.
I know, right?
All right, you break through his shield. You hit flesh. But you also know these guys are pretty tough.
It's fine. So am I. My turn though.
Kronk.
Crack his skull.
He's got one
so-
hit point.
Alright, well, let's see. First, let's roll for it.
Yep.
So as Ray drops him to his knees, Kronk just like winds up and takes a golf swing.
Yeah, no, your hammer connects with the side of his head, and you send his head careening into the canyon, and his body is still in front of you.
Jeez.
You know, we could make a game out of that.
It would have been hilarious if it went into the warp and then just got warped out of existence.
Do I
Hey,
just
you
see a
knock,
head
you
fly
knock
past
his head
me?
into the
Into the black hole.
and it becomes
God.
lifted and primed.
All in one.
It gets pulled toward the middle and lifted into the air.
That's horrifying. It's just floating there. It's spinning.
Yeah, it's like spinning in the air.
With the
Let's see, I still have movement, and it looks like someone over here is fighting, so I'm at least going to get to here. And I can actually use my hasted action to dash up to here. And I technically still have one swing left from my previous attack action.
How much movement does Kronk have?
He's hasted, so 60 feet is his base movement speed.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, you run the fuck over there.
Yes, and then I've got one last swing from, because I only hit the last guy one time.
There you go.
So Kronk just kind of blurs in behind David, cracks this guy in the back, and says, "Need help?"
Just imagine if I'd cast freaking mechanized joints on you too.
The Joseph
the
background noise is real.
That's not me.
Okay.
That one's not me. I heard that too.
Oh, okay. Alright, so this is... it's nearly top of the round. Past top of the round. He will try to attack Kronk. We're not... Oh, my god!
My god, again! Jeez. And the extra damage.
Okay.
What's that total?
18.
What?
What? Why do they...
Oh,
It's a very big target.
Just Kronk, too. Like,
I am still not actually at half health.
Yeah.
Shooting him, obviously.
That was rude.
My god, you all left me back here.
Wow! Wow! I'm going to use adaptive on that. I don't. Okay. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
That's for 21.
Alright. He's still up.
Yeah.
Now, this guy, while he's being floated around, what is he? Restrained?
Yeah, he can still act on his turn. He can also try to break free. At the end of its turn, the creature may make a new save to break free.
Alright, well, flailing around in the air, he's going to aim his rocket launcher at you that he did load.
And
No!
You bastard.
He's just going to shoot Eon with the rocket launcher.
Push him into the fucking singularity.
he is restrained though, I believe. So
Okay,
at
well-
disadvantage, right?
It's just a save from you, though.
Oh, that's correct.
Give me a
Alright.
dex save.
Yeah. And then what do I have to do to make sure I stay?
Should have him roll to see if he doesn't accidentally point it at the ground under his own feet.
No, he definitely shoots you. You take 28 damage, and then you have to make a concentration check.
Mm.
Come on, you got this. You have to You have to make more than a 16 to win it.
So
What's the roll again? Sorry.
14.
It's a Constitution saving
just
throw.
a con save. Yep. Okay.
Nope.
That's not enough.
So he actually busts free.
Yep.
We are going to end on that guy's turn because I understand Joseph has to leave at 10:30 for now.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you guys want to finish the combat because it looks like you're almost done, I can just leave while you guys finish up since my turn's a ways away anyway.
Yeah, we can finish the fight. That's fine.
Okay,
Cool.
because I'm not. If my turn comes up, Mark, just shoot somebody for me.
All right.
You got it.
All right,
All
bye.
right, Shepard.
Takes that literal, has Arturo shoot Decimus.
Aryn, how bad do we actually need a hostage?
What happened? Sorry.
I don't know.
Aryn, how bad do we actually need a hostage?
I'm not sure. It wasn't in the plan.
Aryn, whatever you guys are shooting at, me and Kronk can kindly persuade this man to take a nap.
All right.
This fucker's punched me enough.
Persuade.
You don't shoot my friends with rockets. 29
Yeah, beat him up.
That'll hit.
for 12, and we're gonna hit him with distraction because that's the last superiority die. Because I might as well burn it. And then I got a tech support from Ray, and that's a
Correct.
D8,
Yes.
and I can use that at any point. So for
It
damage.
does. It does
Any
not apply to
attack,
damage.
Save or skill check.
Okay. Well, then let's see if we need to use it on a second hit.
That'll
Nope.
hit.
So that'll do another 7.
All right.
He is distracted, so if he is going to take a shot at somebody else,
The next
Or-
person
no.
to attack him will get advantage, I believe.
yeah, there we go.
Eon.
You want to attack with
You know, I
advantage?
tried to do this nice. I'm gonna read him again.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Ooh.
Ooh.
He takes half of 36, so
18.
Can you change that to a crit fail, Mark?
Oh,
Not after it's rolled.
that still drops him.
Not after it's rolled. I can't.
That still drops him to where he has to he has to do the ability and stay alive with 1 health. But he becomes incapacitated from the pain. Alright, anything else?
nope. I'll end right there.
There's no way to roll that with advantage, then, is there? Because that's just a
Nah.
con save.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so your distraction is still valid. It's still up waiting to be used.
Shiny.
Aryn.
Keep him or kill him. I don't care anymore.
All right.
Shot me with a rocket twice.
He did just point blank, like, practice, just aim the rocket. Well, not point blank, but, like, he just shot you. Like,
Yeah.
Aryn will say.
He's now hit me 3 times with rockets. I'm sure.
that's
Aryn
only twice.
will ask Decimus,
yeah.
like, it's your mission. Do you need a prisoner?
I wasn't really intending to take any prisoners. These guys tend not to talk. We know where we're going and what we're doing. We just need to survive this.
All right. Aryn will toss an incinerate at it. I've got
That'll get
advan-
him.
I do have advantage, right?
Yep, because of the distraction
Yep.
you do.
Ah,
He's
yes.
down.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like we don't have to take a prisoner, Kronk. Never mind.
All right, Ray.
And I'll stop concentration on the singularity as well.
I mean, Ray doesn't really have a target or anything, so she's just gonna go back to this group here, and like, if any of them have like injuries that need like more direct medical attention, then she'll work on that, like resetting someone's shoulder, or if they would lose their eye if I don't do something about it or something like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Banking on some Nightingale syndrome.
And Decimus says, "Goodness, what an angel you are! Thank you so much."
Thank you. You're just full of compliments, aren't you?
All right, David.
Alright, well, let's try again. Go. 1 this time. Man, look at me go. Hell yeah. There we go. Alright.
I was gonna say, do you want to adaptive that one?
No, because I'm saving adaptive in case someone tries to shoot another fucking rocket at me out of nowhere.
We are going to be here
Fair.
a bit.
All right, he is dropped to 1.
I'm gonna take a swing at the head, see if I can get another golf strike in.
He ducks.
Lucky for me, I have a great backstroke.
Yep, you get him right in the small of his back, and his spine snaps in slow-mo like a Mortal Kombat finisher. And there we go.
Hey, Moreau. 3.
Thank you so much for your help.
Glad we got here when we did.
I didn't get an opportunity to properly introduce myself. My name's Decemius. I'm sure you already know that I'm an engineer with the Turian military. Are you here to get me out of here, or does the mission proceed?
Where are your reinforcements to help continue the mission?
All right. And he gets out his Omni tool and taps on it, and he says, "Coming out, darling." And he summons his drone, Darling, who looks like Tally.
Oh, fucking Christ, Sam. You are a monster.
Utterly disgusting.
Oh my
He
god.
dies after this mission. He dies right after this mission.
All I'm
Alright.
seeing here is the drones need to fade to black.
I
Got
think
it.
we're gonna end on that note.
Oh my god, I love you, man. That is hilarious. Oh,
You do this shit on purpose, man.
Tasty and darling, a match made in heaven.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
This is gonna be good.
All right. I will see you guys next week.
All right. See you.
Later.
Later, folks.
Thank you.
I got it was fun.
Bye.